everybody. Good afternoon. So we are joined in this afternoon by Deine, Keita, and Rachel Snow. Welcome back to our live stage. We're going to engage in conversation, talk about things that matter to us. Now, if you are watching online, please make sure you engage in the conversation. Hashtag FPNN, hashtag FP40, and hashtag ICFP 2022. Now, just before I came on stage, I posted on my Facebook. So I posted on my Facebook that the 8 billionth baby will be born today. And everybody is wishing me a happy birthday. I don't know how that worked, but everybody is wishing me a happy birthday. So, guys, it's my birthday. But yeah, so we are reaching 8 billion people in the world today. Are you excited? Are you sad? Mixed feelings? Okay, I don't know how to feel about it. So we're going to hear from UNFPA representatives. Maybe they might help us address our feelings and get it together. So without wasting much time, let me invite Deine, Keita, and Rachel Snow to the stage. Let's put our hands together for Deine, Keita, and Rachel Snow. Welcome, Deine, and welcome, Rachel. So, today we are reaching 8 billion people in the world. And as you can tell, we are here at the ICFP, the International Conference on Climate Planning, which is about, population control and all of that. So we're trying to figure out our feelings. As we have 8 billion people in the world, how should we feel? Should we be excited? Should we be sad? Should we be worried about scarcity of resources? How should we feel?
Nthanda, thank you for having us. And just like your Facebook page, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Look, we should be definitely excited. It's a wealth to be 8 billion on this planet. You know why we're 8 billion too? Because everyone works to have less maternal mortality.
Yes.
We live longer, and kids have more chances to survive as well. That's why we are 8 billion.
Yes.
So please, everyone, be excited. So this is the first answer. But if you want some data on that, I'll give you the floor to Rachel, my pal here.
Thank you so much, Nthanda, and thank you, Deine. We should be happy. Some people are nervous about too many people, but honestly, the pace of population growth peaked back in 1964. Yeah. And we are decelerating. We are slowing down. And the hallmark of today is that the world is so diverse in terms of population. Some countries are growing fast and they are young. Other countries are starting to slow down and even decline in population.
Yeah. All right, thank you for that. So as we're adapting, as we're trying to adjust to this population growth and being so many people, how can national governments adapt and invest in population solutions?
That's a very important question. Today, just like Rachel said, we have what we call the double dividend. We have, in some part of the world, a lot of young people. Today in Europe, the median age is 41-year-old. In Africa, it's 17-year-old. You see the difference? And while people are aging, they are still competent and can contribute to life. So we need to ensure that older people get all the opportunity to fulfill their ongoing potential. But yet, at the same time, we need to ensure that the young people as well can fulfill their potential. So it is important today that any policy, any work we do, we take care of that depending where we are.
All right.
Thank you.
And how do you feel, Rachel? What should governments do? How can we invest and adapt to the population changes?
You know, we've known for years, really, how to help women have fewer children when they wanted less children than they were having. We have decades of experience. UNFPA, among others, and many at this huge and wonderful conference. We know it's women's education, girls' education. We know it's universal access to family planning. These are very, very important. The new question for us is, in countries where women are having perhaps fewer children than they want to have, what should governments do? And Yes, there's things like infertility services that are important, but what's fascinating is it comes back down to gender equality. And it's where we have gender equality in the home, gender equality in the workplace, that women will have the number of babies and the timing of babies they want.
No, that's amazing. So we're hitting this milestone of 8 billion amidst so many crises. I mean, we're still in the middle, the pandemic is not over. So we're still in the middle of a pandemic, COVID-19. There is global crisis all around us. There is war around us. So as everything is happening around us, why should we prioritize family planning and reproductive health? Why is this important right now?
That's the question. COP27 is going on, and we have the triple crisis, conflicts are going on. Why we should make family planning as priority number one? Very simple. Family planning issues happen when poverty happens. The more a country is poorer, and the more you have less education for women and young people, you have issues. If we want the development situation to change, we have to make sure that family planning is part of the universal healthcare package. If not, poverty will not change. Because family planning is much more than just an health issues. It is a development agenda. It takes into account so many other things. And I think I heard it today that, when you invest $1 in family planning, you get $4 in return. And I think Rachel can talk about that.
Yeah, I think that the pillar of development is reproductive rights and gender equality. Then families are healthier, children are healthier, men are healthier. The whole family is healthier when the children are wanted, every single child. So this is why family planning isn't just a means to development. Reproductive rights are a metric of development. They tell us that development is happening.
Amazing. And Rachel, you mentioned that population will continue to grow, right? We can't stop it. It's going to continue to grow. We're eventually someday going to be 10 billion people, maybe 20, hopefully not. Yes. So what challenges do we expect to continue facing as the population grows?
Let me just focus on one, and that's education. We do know that the infrastructure for education is inadequate right now. And 1 in 4 women over 65 had no education. And in Africa, it's more like 3 out of 4 women over 65 had no education. So I think we are hearing from the UN, the Transforming Education Summit, about lifelong education, quality education. This is a very, very important factor for all of us. And I think if we can invest in education along with family planning, et cetera, reproductive rights, I think we will make a world that can solve our problems.
All right, amazing. I think you've done a good job. Are you guys feeling positive about the population after they've spoken? Are we feeling positive? Okay. I think they've done a good job at creating a positive perspective to our population growth and how we adapt and how we adjust. So you've spoken of some things that we can do, investing in education. What programs give you faith in our future? Maybe I'll speak to the both of you. What programs, what people are giving you a positive perspective, giving you some hope for the future?
Countries everywhere gives hope. I'm just out of the session on South-South cooperation, and so many lessons to learn from every country. As we said, population is about everything in life. So ensuring that education is happening, ensuring that universal health coverage is happening, ensuring that cultural aspect of every culture in their own context is being taken care of is essential to development everywhere. You cannot simply say one size fits all. It doesn't work anymore. With 8 billion in the world, population become, just like Rachel said, very diversified and very demanding. Everybody wants something they can relate to. And yet, while doing that, being modernized, being digitalized. So I think it's a great hope. And if I can go back to the 7 billion, those baby born that day, today, some are just growing. Some are in school. And those one are the one we need to observe today because they are the teenager of today. And then with them, there is a lot of new way of dealing with population issues. And lastly, you take the youngest senior generation, Generation Z.
Of course.
They are so powerful, so powerful. They know what they want. They
They
have
have
learned
access
from
to
the parents
information.
what are really great. And I think we're learning from them every single day.
All right. And Rachel, where do you draw your hope in this situation?
I think I'm most inspired by what happens when we empower young girls and what it means for their lives as women. We had a session on Sunday, which was in the pre-conference on demographic
Yes.
dividend, and there was an amazing program from northern Nigeria. And they were investing in life skills education, empowerment, how to be a self-advocate. And they brought in some people to evaluate this program. I think they were from Berkeley or somewhere, some university. And they found that the girls that had been in this program, they were 20-fold, 20 times more likely to be able to discuss with their husbands their education, family formation. This is really, it just tells you if we can invest in the empowerment of young girls, the world will be different.
Amazing. Okay, thank you so much for all those pointers. I think a lot of key things come out. We need to invest in education. We need to empower young people. We talked about Gen Z, the most amazing generation that has so much access to information, and they're constantly teaching us and showing us new ways of doing things. So I think we're hopeful and we are looking forward to being 8 billion people in the world and having access and leaving no one behind, most importantly. All right. Thank you so much, Deine, and thank you, Rachel, for joining me. So please do stay with us. We are going to have the live stage all afternoon today, hearing from different communities what we are doing, what work we are doing, we have been doing in the past, what we want to be doing going forward, what commitments we're making, what changes we're going to do. So stick with us in the afternoon. And if you are watching online, don't forget the hashtags, hashtag FPNN, hashtag ICFP 2022, and hashtag FP4. Stay with us.